Hello everyone, this is Joe. This week we're going to take a city building break to build some factories in Mindustry. I play this game way too much in the train and the bus, so I thought I'd do a series about it. For this series, we're going to play Erekir, which was the second campaign they released. It's a little bit more action-driven rather than defensive. Below, a lot of maps would look like a tower defense, while in Erekir, it's a little bit more like an RTS in some parts. Alright, we arrived in Erekir. First thing we have to do is to mine manually that beryllium until we can do our research. To build new buildings in this game, we have to first research them in the research tree. Let's unlock the turbine condenser to get some power. The plasma bore so we can dig new minerals. And the dock, which are the conveyor belts of this game. To produce electricity, we have to put a turbine condenser. And once this is done, we can start mining. Let's unlock the beam node to transmit power. And we'll send the resources to our core using the duct that we unlocked earlier. Okay, our basic setup is complete. Okay, now we have the same setup on the left side for graphite. The light gray mineral you see there. A little tip, if you want to see how much power we have available, you have to click on the beam node. And that will give you how much extra power you have. Let's go back to the research tree. We'll unlock the cliff crusher so we can get some sand. And with that, we'll unlock the silicon arc furnace, which will be our first complex material. First time I played this game, it took me a little while to realize you have to put the arrow toward the wall rather than the opposite. Also, depending on the type of wall, you get different mining speed. So the lighter wall gets you more sand versus the darker one gives you a bit less. I don't believe there's any research with this sand, but at least we have a path now. If you wonder how much a building costs or anything like that, you want some metrics. Let's say you want to know what I just said about the cliff crusher. There's the question mark on the building itself. You can see it takes 11 power per second, and it will produce, depending on the color of the tiles here, a certain amount of sand. Let's do a silicon arc. Let's press on it. This takes a lot of power. To create silicon, we need to bring sand and graphite. Here, the game created a little bridge for us to bring this here. Yeah, this requires 4 times more sand than graphite, so we'll send a bit more in there. As a little advice, always better to split your resources as much as possible and keep a lot of space. That's going to be useful later on. Next, we need to unlock the tank fabricator. This will allow us to create steel, which are our most basic tanks. Let's build this close to our silicon production. Okay, these buildings, you need to feed them directly the resource that they need. If you have 2 exit, the game will alternate between them. A different way to do a splitter. By the way, compared to the other map, if you've played only Serpillo in this mode, you cannot explore the area you don't have vision. You need to use your tanks to do this. This is one of the differences between the 2 campaigns. You can click where a building will send their unit by holding shift and doing right click. And you can direct your unit by selecting them with shift and right clicking as well. Next up, the game wants us to create some turrets to defend ourselves. Here, the first ones are breach turrets. And also some wall. Enemies in this game will take the shortest path to your core. These turrets take beryllium as bullets. And the enemy, when they shoot, they will hit whatever is in front of it. So the wall will take some damage before turrets gets damage. Haha, here's our first bad guys. And down they go. Alright, let's push. The enemy will have turret as well, so careful. And the best way to prevent dying is either to destroy the power, so that they cannot mine, or simply destroy the mine, so that they cannot get bullets in their turrets. Looks like they have a turret. We'll kill it for fun. We could just go at the core, but why not? Turret ran out of ammo, so just kill it. And to destroy an enemy base, just have to destroy the core. This is how we lose, and this is how we win. Alright, they finished the job. Okay, and to capture an enemy base, you have to put a core on it. Until we get the resource, I'll do a bit of automation to get this ready. Alright, tiling both power networks. Yeah, it should be enough now. We'll join the 2 beryllium production. At some point we'll get more intelligent blocks that will allow us to do things a little bit better, but right now we're stuck with what we have. There was a little issue, so I fixed it up. Okay, that's all the beryllium we need. I want to start automating this, but I can't. I gotta wait. Core will make things more convenient. Gotta wait a little bit. There we go. Now we don't need send our beryllium to the end of the world, so we'll send it to our new core. Okay, the enemies can only come from here, so we'll start creating some turrets here. Okay, I'll finish building this little area here. Okay, that's all the resource we have in this map. Our max number of tanks increased to 30 because we have the 2 cores. Oh, here they come. Ah, it's a puny attack. Okay, I've set up a second tank factory. Okay, we're almost maxed out, so I should just go and destroy the enemy base. We overdid it a little bit, so this should be pretty easy. We cut the supply. And destroy the turret. And there we go. That's the first map completed. And I cleaned it up a little bit. Let's go to the next. Next up, Aegis. Welcome to Aegis. The game provided us with the basics, a turret, and a water conduit. Our first objective is to get tungsten. I've had a little recording issue, so I had to restart the map. So some items are already unlocked. Here we have the overflow and underflow duct, which are logical duct that allow us to make better patterns. We have the impact drill that will allow us to mine tungsten. The vent condenser will produce water. The water conduits and the very logical blocks. The radar will explore the map without having a tank nearby. They do take a bit of electricity though. Let's start by making silicon. We'll use our new underflow duct to prioritize sending the graphite there. And we have nice walls here for sand. You have a bit of extra power. Let's get a bit more minerals. That should be enough defense. I recommend to use the over and underflow when you can. Makes it easier to make sure the important buildings have enough resources like turrets. Alright, I added the tank fabricator. This map doesn't really have any danger, but in general you want to be safer than sorry. Let's go explore the map with our tank. Instead, we could have also used the radar. I'll show a quick example. These do use power though, so you gotta be careful when you use them. But as you can see, it does the job to show what's around us. Alright, so to mine tungsten, we're gonna use our impact drill. The impact drill requires 12 water per second and a lot of power. The vent condenser we unlocked earlier produces 30. So we can power 2 with one. Normally we'd have a little pop-up say that we unlocked tungsten, but that wasn't the messed up recording from earlier. And boom. Alright. We have enough power for another one. Now for the liquid for this one. Our normal turbine condenser we use for electricity. They do produce 5 water per second. So if we combine the leftover 8 of this plus 10, we'll be okay. Alright, that's our tungsten production completed. We have just a tiny bit of power left, so it's not really worth adding much. Maybe a couple more mines. It's not really worth it to go over the power production. It reduces the efficiency anyway. Looks like we missed our first attack. Alright, that should be enough tank. So let's see what this map has to offer. And the turret. Let's get the other turret. And there's the core. There we go. That's it for this map. Okay, almost. I'll do a bit of cleaning first. Alright, cleanup done. We're going to unlock everything we can before moving to the next map. The container will allow us to hold a bit of resources. This is to unload from the container. The armor duct takes more damage before being destroyed. We'll get the small tungsten wall as well as the liquid container. I increase our tungsten production so that it increases more between maps. I wouldn't do something like this in the game, but we're at the point where there's no enemies that will attack us, so we don't care as much. Alright, let's go to the next map. Next map is Lake. And here we are. Let's look at our surroundings. We're surrounded by lava. Let's look at the new stuff for this map. We have a new type of turret that will nut back enemies that I just spent all my resources on by mistake. And the main feature of this map, the flying ship that will allow us to go over the lava to attack the enemy base. This is gonna be much more painful for me than you because power of editing, I'll skip all the boring parts. Our silicon production is a bit slow because it lacks some sand, so we'll fix this. Oh, the enemy also has flying ships in this map. Makes sense. We're gonna add a bit of power and maximize the very little we have. Oh, these guys are gonna be annoying. Okay, everything is finally running smoothly. Our bullet ducts are almost full. We've got more beryllium to our car soon. Alright, we unlock the ship fabricator with the elude. Those will be our flying unit. We'll need graphite and silicon to produce them. By the way, if you look at the details of the turret, you can see you can take different type of minerals as bullet. We don't have tungsten now, but it would do much more damage. By the way, if you wonder how we paid the research earlier, it's because the other bases that you have still produces resources. So we can use the silicon from our other base. Pretty sure I see some power here, which we could use. Let's put a radar. It's a lot of resource we could get, but it's not going to be safe. I'll try something. Okay, we're missing the graphite to our ship production. Let's do that. I'll come back to the expansion after. Let's split our meager production even more. I was afraid of this. We'll dismantle it and rebuild it once we have a ship to protect it. Alright, we got our first ship. Alright, let's try this again. Finally, we didn't lose the battle on this side. Once I can put the turret there, we won't have this issue anymore. There we go. Okay, let's join our beryllium production. In fact, let's make this better. Set everything this way. Go here, it's gonna fill the turret and then go to the core. By the way, for this video, I'm trying a bit more edited style. Let me know if you prefer this or my normal style in the comments. Okay, that's all the beryllium we have access to now. That's good. The enemies don't give up, but they sure don't last as long now. Next up, graphite. We can stop being poor. Go, they're all working. Our power is positive. I'll add another turret. Looks like they got bored of attacking the other side. Okay, we shouldn't have to worry about this side either now. Nope. Last thing I want to do, putting all the graphite together. It's a nice little way to chain bridges. Now we'll go find the enemy base. I see land and turrets. And these ships are a lot more brittle than the other ships we had. So be careful, are we engaged? That takes care of this. Let's find our one enemy core we gotta kill. Oh, we found the back door. Oh, there's the core. Oh, I don't think we have enough units to complete this. Too many turrets. Yeah, we'll need to come back with more units. We'll wait to produce a few more. Since we have to wait anyway, We could use this little area as a forward base to build some more ships. It's this or do nothing while I wait, so why not? Okay, this won't die now. There we go. We probably have enough ships already to go in the game, but it was fun to make. Alright, well, we should have enough now with 12. Raining destruction on our enemies. There we go. That's it. Sector complete. Alright, that's it for this map. Next map is going to be Intersect. Alright, that will be it for this video. If you've never tried this game before, I highly recommend it. It's normally pretty cheap as well. It starts a bit slow, but once you get further, as you'll see in the next videos, it gets really fun, but intense. Thanks for watching everyone, and as usual, have a great day.